Chains, Part 3. Written by Nicole and Ash. Narrated by Vern Henderson. The shrieking stopped just before I rounded the corner. I pushed myself against the wall. I could tell from the sound of the chains that this new prisoner was being bound just as I had been. I carefully peered around the corner into the cell. This was my chance. One of the captors, the one with the caged leg, had his back to me with the cell door open wide. I took a deep, silent breath, gripped the saw tight, and tried to will my previous strength through the handle. Back in my cell, I was ready for this moment. I was ready to free myself or die trying. Where was all that courage now? I jumped at the clang of the cell door shutting. Another damnable fit of nausea hit me along with a pounding just underneath my head wound. Past experience told me that these were symptoms of a concussion. As I stared at a single spot on the ground, waiting for the dizziness and nausea to subside, I heard my captor lumber up the stairs, his caged leg scraping the stone. I had missed my shot. The idea that my attack would have failed regardless because of my injury was sobering, to say the least. The door upstairs shut, and I felt safe enough to sneak around the corner. There was an all-too-familiar cell to my right, and further down the hall were the beginning of the spiral stone steps. I was chained in this very cell when I was first brought here. After my first escape attempt, they moved me back behind the catacombs, I suppose in hopes that it would make it more difficult for me to get free. Across from the door was a small, rusty sink. I rushed over and turned the water onto a trickle and drank a few handfuls of the brownish water. By then, the pounding in my head had all but stopped, and my thoughts turned to the new prisoner. I figured he was unconscious, but perhaps I could get in the cell and rally him. Safety in numbers. I turned around and looked through the metal slats of the cell door. I wasn't sure how I didn't notice from the screens, but the new prisoner was a woman.